Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about various drafts that are involved in an arbitration proceedings. Last class में हमने एक ओवरव्यू लिया था arbitration proceedings का from start till the end. तो सबसे पहले the first step as we discussed is an arbitration agreement or an arbitration clause. तो सबसे पहले हम एक model arbitration clause देखेंगे. As we know, we can either go for institutional arbitration or ad hoc arbitration. तो अभी हम जो क्लॉज देख रहे हैं दैट इज फ्रॉम एन इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट रेजोल्यूशन सेंटर, इट्स एन इंस्टीट्यूशन फॉर आर्बिट्रेशन. तो उन्होंने एक टेम्पलेट आर्बिट्रेशन क्लॉज दिया है. सो लेट्स सी. इट सेज द पार्टीज hereby agree as follows. The parties agree to submit their disputes, controversies, claims or differences to arbitration for resolution. तो यहाँ पे वो डिसाइड कर रहे हैं कि कोई भी डिस्प्यूट कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी हो तो दे विल गो फॉर आर्बिट्रेशन. The law of this arbitration clause shall be governed by the IDRC Domestic Arbitration Rules 2019. क्योंकि हम एक इंस्टीट्यूशन के थ्रू आर्बिट्रेशन कैरी करना चाहते हैं तो हम उनके रूल से गवर्न होंगे. देन द सीट ऑफ आर्बिट्रेशन शैल बी न्यू दिल्ली, इंडिया. आप कोई भी सीट डिसाइड कर सकते हैं. नंबर ऑफ आर्बिट्रेटर्स शैल बी डैश 1 और 3. सो ऑड नंबर्स होने चाहिए. The arbitrator shall be nominated or appointed from the panel of arbitrators of Indian Dispute Resolution Center. क्योंकि आप इनके थ्रू करा रहे हैं तो इनकी पैनल से ही आपको आर्बिट्रेटर डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा. The arbitration shall be administered by Indian Dispute Resolution Center in accordance with its rules. The award rendered shall be final and binding on both the parties. The arbitration proceeding shall be conducted in English. तो आपने यहाँ लैंग्वेज डिसाइड कर ली. दीज आर सम बेसिक क्लॉजेस जो कि आपको अपने एग्रीमेंट में डालने होंगे एज आर्बिट्रेशन क्लॉज. तो दैट वाज एन आर्बिट्रेशन क्लॉज अगर आप एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल आर्बिट्रेशन की तरफ जाना चाहते हैं. लेकिन कुछ लोग एड हॉक आर्बिट्रेशन भी करते हैं जिसमें दे देमसेल्फ डिसाइड कि किस तरह का प्रोसीजर होगा, कौन से रूल से वो गवर्न होंगे, आर्बिट्रेटर किससे अपॉइंट करना है. तो दिस प्रोसेस इज मोर फ्लेक्सिबल if they go for ad hoc arbitration. Next, we will see how an ad hoc arbitration proceedings are conducted. The drafts that I am going to share with you now, I was appointed as an arbitrator in these cases, so I am also going to share that perspective with you. To invoke an arbitration proceeding, you have to send a notice to the other party that you wish to go for arbitration for the dispute resolution. In the present case, the claimant, it was a finance company. They gave loans, they entered into loan agreement with their clients, and when the client defaulted in the repayment of the loan, they now wanted to go to arbitration instead of going to the court for claiming their money back. So let's see how the notice was sent. So you will mention the name of the parties here, their address, the name of the guarantor since it was a loan agreement. Subject: invocation of arbitration clause under the loan agreement dated dash as per section 21 read with 43 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. So section 21 talks about commencement of arbitral proceedings. It says, unless otherwise agreed by the parties, the arbitral proceedings in respect of particular dispute commence on the date on which a request for that dispute to be referred to arbitration is received by the respondent. Section 43 talks about limitations. Let's go back to the draft. Okay. So under instructions and on behalf of our client, at उनका एड्रेस लिख देंगे यहाँ, we are issuing this communication. First, अब यहाँ पे हम facts बताएंगे. You entered into a loan agreement dated with a client. You defaulted in repayment, and a client got issued a legal notice dated this. एक लोन एग्रीमेंट हुआ, आपने पेमेंट नहीं करी तो आपको एक लीगल नोटिस भेजा गया फॉर रीपेमेंट, whereby it terminated the aforesaid loan agreement and also raised a demand of rupees dash Next, you fail to pay the demand, hence dispute has arisen between you and a client. क्योंकि आपने पैसे पे नहीं किए, लोन एग्रीमेंट टर्मिनेट हो गया and this present dispute is there now. Under the aforesaid loan agreement, in clause 12 it was agreed as under. लोन एग्रीमेंट के अंदर ही there was a arbitration clause जो कि हमने यहाँ पे रिफर कर दिया है. Any dispute arising out of or in relation to the loan, including this agreement or loan document, shall be referred to arbitration to the sole arbitrator appointed by the lender. The parties agree and confirm that the arbitration proceedings shall be conducted in accordance with the Arbitration Act and the rules applicable thereto. The venue of arbitration shall be Noida or Delhi, and arbitration proceedings shall be conducted in English or Hindi language. Decision of the arbitrator shall be final and binding on the parties. Pending the passing of final award, the borrower shall be liable to perform all obligations under this agreement. This is a very standard arbitration clause. इसमें सारी बेसिक डिटेल्स हैं कि आर्बिट्रेटर कौन अपॉइंट करेगा, वेन्यू क्या होगा, कौन से लॉज या रूल्स से गवर्न होगा, विच लैंग्वेज विल बी फॉलोड, एवरीथिंग. Next it says, as such in terms of the arbitration clause in the aforesaid loan agreement, a client hereby invokes the arbitration clause and appoints. यहाँ पे आर्बिट्रेटर की डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी और एड्रेस जहाँ पे आर्बिट्रेशन कंडक्ट होगा. तो सिंस द आर्बिट्रेशन क्लॉज सेट कि जो लेंडर है आर क्लेमेंट वो अपॉइंट करेगा आर्बिट्रेटर, तो उसने यहाँ पे एक आर्बिट्रेटर का नाम अपॉइंट कर दिया. तो दिस वाज द नोटिस जो कि हमने पार्टी को भेजा टू टेल देम कि हम आर्बिट्रेशन प्रोसीडिंग्स इन्वोक करना चाहते हैं और इस पर्टिकुलर आर्बिट्रेटर को हमने नॉमिनेट कर दिया है फॉर द सेम. Now the arbitration proceeding starts. So once the proceeding starts, अगर दूसरी पार्टी नहीं आती है फॉर द आर्बिट्रेशन, तो अब यहाँ पे जो आर्बिट्रेटर है वो समन भेजेगा सो दैट दे कम फॉर द प्रोसीडिंग्स. तो बिफोर द सोल आर्बिट्रेटर डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी. यहाँ पे सी दिस इज अ समन और नोटिस टू द रिस्पोंडेंट. यहाँ पे नोटिस की डेट है जो पहले गया था एंड द डेट ऑफ इशुएंस ऑफ समन. यहाँ पे रिस्पोंडेंट की डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी, द गारंटर. Whereas claimant का नाम has appointed me as sole arbitrator to adjudicate the disputes between the claimant and you under the loan agreement dated dash. तो यहाँ पे जो arbitrator है he is sending a summon to the respondents. And whereas a claim petition has been filed by the claimant before me, a copy of which is attached with this notice. And whereas I have entered into reference as claim petition number 101/2023, notice is hereby given to you to appear in person or through your lawyer or pleader along with your statement of defense. If you fail to appear on the given date, you will be proceeded ex parte and the case will be heard in your absence. You must appear on, यहाँ पे proceedings की date और time आ जाएगा, place of arbitration आ जाएगा. Notice be sent to the respondent through the following modes. तो by registered post, WhatsApp, speed post, हर तरह से respondent को ये समन या notice भेजा जाएगा. So even after like 2-3 proceedings, जब arbitrator ने notice भी भेज दिया है, समन भी भेज दिया है, अगर respondents नहीं आ रहे हैं court and you have serviced them from all modes possible, तो यहाँ पे arbitrator can proceed ex parte, that is without the presence of the other party. यहाँ पे क्योंकि जो हमारा claimant है he has already filed a claim petition, so almost by the third hearing उन्होंने claim petition file कर दी थी since the other party was not coming to the arbitral proceedings. अब हमारे पास claim petition थी लेकिन क्योंकि दूसरी पार्टी आ ही नहीं रही थी, so we did not have statement of defense कि जो दूसरी पार्टी है वो how they want to put their defense against the claim petition. Now I'm going to share with you the claim petition that the claimant filed. तो इस क्लेम पिटिशन में देयर वाज अ मेमो ऑफ पार्टीज, क्लेम पिटिशन विद एफिडेविट एंड देन द अनेक्शर्स, जिसमें सारी सपोर्टिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे विच प्रूव्ड कि उन्होंने एग्रीमेंट दिया, दैट दे एंटर्ड इनटू अ लोन एग्रीमेंट एंड विच वाज नॉट रीपेड. दिस इज द मेमो ऑफ पार्टीज. यहाँ पार्टीज की डिटेल्स आ जाती है. दिस इज द क्लेम पिटिशन. Claim petition by the claimant against the respondent for a sum of rupees dash along with penalty light and future interest. So that the claimant is an NBFC, that is non-banking financial company, having its address as it is involved in the lending business. The copy of the certificate of incorporation is being annexed as annexure A. यहाँ पे कंपनी की डिटेल्स आ गई. जब भी ऐसे कोई कंपनी is involved as a party, you have to put a certificate of incorporation as an annexure to show its genuineness. And second, that executor is working with the claimant company. He is duly authorized to sign, file, and verify this claim petition, and also to generally represent the claimant before the arbitral tribunal. He is otherwise well acquainted with the facts and circumstances of this case. The board resolution authorizing Mr. is annexed as annexure B. So again, whenever a company is involved, एक authorized representative उन्हें अपॉइंट करना पड़ता है जो कि रिप्रेजेंट करेगा कंपनी को. तो सेकेंड पैरा में उसकी डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी. Then that the respondents approached the claimant for loan and all respondents entered into a loan agreement dated with the claimant. अब यहाँ से हम फैक्ट स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं कि रिस्पोंडेंट एंटर्ड इनटू अ लोन एग्रीमेंट, उसकी डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी, उसकी हम कॉपी लगा देंगे. दैट इज annexure C. That pursuant to the loan agreement, the claimant disbursed loan amounts of rupees dash to the respondent number, that is the borrower. कि हमने कितना उनको लोन अमाउंट दिया था. That the respondent number 2 in the present claim petition guaranteed the performance of the terms of the loan agreement by the respondent number 1, borrower. तो सिंस इट वॉज अ लोन एग्रीमेंट, तो यहाँ पे गारंटर भी इन्वॉल्व था, तो उसकी डिटेल्स आ गई. The respondent number 1 undertook to repay the loan amount with applicable interest through regular EMI within a stipulated period. Respondent number 2 guaranteed repayment. The respondent also undertook to pay delayed or overdue interest at the rate 3% per month in case of delay of the payment of EMI. Also to pay bouncing charges in case the EMI is bounced. तो यहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्डेंट ने अंडर द टर्म्स ऑफ द एग्रीमेंट डिसाइड किया था कि वो EMI पे पे करेंगे, और अगर EMI ड्यू हो जाती है तो उस पर वो 3% इंटरेस्ट भी देंगे. The respondents were to adhere the terms of the said loan agreement and respondent number 1 to make regular payments of EMI. However, respondent was irregular in payment of EMI and he delayed payments. Further, he defaulted and failed to maintain financial discipline. That as per the terms of the said loan agreement, in the event of default, the claimant was entitled to terminate the loan agreement and call upon the respondents to immediately make payments of all outstanding in the loan account, including overdues, interest, charges, cost and damages. डिफॉल्ट होने के बाद अकॉर्डिंग टू द एग्रीमेंट क्लेमेंट के पास राइट था कि वो टर्मिनेट कर दे लोन एग्रीमेंट को, एंड दे कैन कॉल अपॉन द पार्टीज टू पे द आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट. That when the respondent defaulted and did not adhere the terms of the loan agreement, the claimant exercised its rights under the agreement and terminated the same by legal notice dated this. तो क्लेमेंट ने यहाँ पे लीगल नोटिस भेजा था बिफोर द नोटिस फॉर इन्वोकिंग द आर्बिट्रेशन. तो उस नोटिस की भी हमने यहाँ कॉपी लगा दी है एज annexure D. Despite the service of the aforesaid legal demand notice, the respondent failed to meet the demand, hence a dispute deemed to have arisen, and the claimant invoked the arbitration clause, that is clause number 12 of the said loan agreement, while legal communication mentioned above. तो अभी जो हमने ऊपर लीगल नोटिस देखा था, यहाँ उसकी बात कर रहे हैं. that it is submitted that as per the statement of accounts maintained by the claimant in the respective accounts of the respondent, following amount is due and payable. The certified copy of the statement of account maintained in the names of the respondent are annexed as annexure F. तो जितना भी लोन एग्रीमेंट था उसमें से अगर उन्होंने कुछ पे कर दिया उसके बाद जो बैलेंस अमाउंट बचा वो इट्स मेंशन्ड इन द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अकाउंट्स, तो उसकी भी हमने यहाँ कॉपी लगा दी है. That thus the claimant is entitled to a total sum of rupees this from the respondents as on the date of filing of this petition. That in view of the above present claims, claiming following reliefs. अब क्या reliefs claimant claim कर रहा है? It is award a total sum of rupees this which is due and payable by the respondents. Award pedant light interest at the rate 3% per month on the total remaining loan repayable amount as appearing in the statement of accounts of the respondents. तो एक तो उन्हें जो प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट है टोटल सम वो चाहिए, उसके अलावा दे वांट एन इंटरेस्ट ऑफ 3% पर मंथ. Award future interest at 3% per month on the total remaining loan repayable amount as appearing in the statement of accounts of the respondent. And next, award a sum of rupees 20,000 as the cost of this litigation to the claimant. ये सारे reliefs हैं जो कि claimant मांग रहा है from the arbitrator. इसके बाद इसके साथ एक एफिडेविट लगाई जाती है. This is that. So I dash working with the claimant company having its office at so and so solemnly affirm and declare as under that I say I am working with the claimant company. I am duly authorized to sign, file and verify the claim and also to generally represent the claimant before the arbitral tribunal. तो ये authorized representative के नाम का एफिडेविट है. I say that the contents accompanying the claim petition have been drafted by my counsel under my instruction and on behalf of the claimant company. I say that the contents of para number 1 to 13 of the petition are true and correct to the best of my knowledge. So this is how an affidavit is made. यहाँ पे deponent के sign आ जाएंगे, verification होगा, again एक sign यहाँ पे आएंगे. So this was the draft for a claim petition. इसके बाद इसके आगे आप अपने सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स लगा देंगे. जो आपके सपोर्टिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं, अनेक्शर्स हैं, ये सारे इसके बाद अटैच हो जाएंगे. ये था ड्राफ्ट क्लेम पिटिशन का. अब अगर पार्टीज अपेयर हो जाती है बिफोर द आर्बिट्रल ट्रिब्यूनल तो देन दे वुड फाइल अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस. तो वो इन सब पॉइंट्स को कंसिडर करके अपना डिफेंस रखेंगे. आफ्टर दैट इफ द क्लेमेंट विशेस टू रिस्पॉन्ड दे कैन फाइल अ रीजॉइंटर. उसके बाद एविडेंस लीड किया जाएगा बाय बोथ द पार्टीज. दे विल एग्जामिन देयर विटनेसेस एंड क्रॉस एग्जामिन देम. And after considering all this evidence on record, arbitrator passes an arbitral award, which would be final and legally binding on the parties. अब मैं आपको एक arbitration award दिखाऊंगी. एक certified copy है, which was passed in a similar kind of arbitration. This is the effective para जहाँ पे award किया गया है. Let's read that. In view of the above discussion, the claim is accordingly allowed in favor of the claimant and against the respondent for an amount of rupees this, along with parent-light and future interest at the rate 11% per annum from the date of amount due, that is, till realization. The cost of the proceedings, including the arbitrator's fee and the litigation expenses totaling of rupees dash, is also awarded in favor of the claimant. The claim is thus awarded in favor of the claimant. तो यहाँ पे जो आर्बिट्रेटर की फीस है और लिटिगेशन चार्जेस हैं वो सब पे करने होंगे एंड ऑल्सो इट इज़ अलाउड इन द फेवर ऑफ द क्लेमेंट. इस अवार्ड में आर्बिट्रेटर ने सारे जो एविडेंसेस थे, एनेक्शर्स थे, उन सबको कंसिडर किया, उनकी एडमिसिबिलिटी को एंड द रेलेवेंस ऑफ देम एंड देन हैज़ पास दिस अवार्ड. Now, if the parties are satisfied with the award, they can go for execution, and if they are not satisfied, they can go for appeal to the district court if it's a domestic arbitration, or they can go to the high court if it is a international arbitration, and they can file an application under section 34 of the Arbitration Act to get this award set aside. So, this was the journey from invoking an arbitration till the passing of the final arbitral award.